Hey everyone, my name is Nathan Jones, and if you're new here, welcome. I like to talk about all things movies, specifically Blu-rays, and welcome to part 2 of my complete Blu-ray collection. And also I want to say Happy New Year to everyone. Happy 2021. Let's make this year so much better than the last. But this is part 2 of my Blu-ray collection. If you missed part 1, check it out in the comment section down below. We talked about the films across the bay, across the other side of the camera, where you never see it, and that's half of my collection. But today we're going to be checking out the films behind me. We're going to be talking mostly about the boutique Blu-rays that I own, and I want to say thank you so much for checking out this video. I hope you are able to stick around and watch the whole thing, and I hope you enjoy what you see, and thank you so much for making this year so much better than I would have imagined. I just want to give a special thank you to everyone who has made 2020 so much better than it could have been, because 2020 has been a rather shit year for most of us. So I want to say the YouTube community has been just outstanding and just been so wonderful. And yeah, this is my little treat for the people who are curious, but also the people who want to know what is in my collection. And so yeah, let's just jump right into it. Once again, before we jump in, I'm going to try my best to have as steady as a hand as possible, because this is going to be freehand, not on a tripod while I'm filming this. And I'm just going to be going through each of the films that I have really quickly, as quickly as possible. And so yeah, let's just jump right into the films that I own for all of 2020, and let's start from there. All right, here's my complete Blu-ray collection, and there's some stuff up there, and there's even a little pile over there, which we'll get to in a second. But first, I want to actually cover my third shelf, the one that I actually haven't really shown on this channel, but I was able to build these extra shelves real quick, and so we're going to cover each of these little box sets and these little things that I have kind of displayed, and I really love it. So let's just jump right into that. All right, starting off here, we have the Universal 30 film collection right here. Trying to get to where the glare isn't showing, but it's going to happen when you are at the top shelf. Then we have the Shout Factory Abbott and Costello Complete Universal Pictures Collection from a Shout Select. We have a classic Hitchcock from Criterion, has 4 of his films. Then we have the Dietrich von Sternberg in Hollywood set from Criterion. Then we have John Cassavetes' 5 films. We have the Jacques Demy Essential from Criterion. We also have the complete Jacques Tati from Criterion. We have America Lost and Found, the BBS story from Criterion. There's a lot of Criterion releases here. Bruce Lee, his greatest hits from Criterion. My second favorite trilogy of all time, the Before trilogy from Richard Linklater. We also have some Kino stuff up here. I'm trying my best to get away from that glare. We have the Pioneers African American Cinema, and we also have Pioneers First Women. And so that is the first shelf. The second shelf is the Alfred Hitchcock Masterpiece Collection, which has 14 of his films, I believe. 14 is the number? Yeah, 14. So we have the Marx Brothers Silver Screen Collection, I cannot talk, 5 of their films. We have 2001 A Space Odyssey, the 4K. We also have Apocalypse Now, which I still have in shrink wrap on the 4K. We have Buster Keaton from Eureka Masters of Cinema, Go West, Our Hospitality in College. We also have the Eureka Masters of Cinema Mothra release. We have Eureka's Masters of Cinema The African Queen. We have Arrow's Ringu Collection trilogy right here. We have another Arrow release 4 film noir classics. And speaking of Kino Lorber and noirs, we have The Dark Side of Cinema 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we have a Westerns classic 1 for all of the Kino Lorbers that we have here. All right, bottom shelf, we have Friends hiding in the background. It's a complete series. We have the Scooby-Doo Where Are You complete series collection. We have Monty Python's Flying Circus. That's all DVD. I want to upgrade this to Blu-ray. I think I just saw that it came out on Blu-ray, which is exciting. We have The Twilight Zone, the complete series on Blu-ray. We have Angel Season 1 through 5 on DVD. We have the X-Files complete collection on Blu-ray. Actually, I think that's the first 9 seasons. We have Sopranos right here, the complete series. We have The Wire, the complete series. The Pacific, a complete series from HBO. We have The Last Dance, which I love. I love that thing right there. We have OJ Made in America, which is another great ESPN 30 for 30. And then we have a big box of Jack Nicholson and One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. So let's actually move up from here to the top shelf that I have on top of my big bookshelf. We have The Witch A24 screenplay book. We have The Princess Bride on Criterion. We have a statue of Ned Stark, who is guarding the Game of Thrones Season 1 box set, which has a nice little dragon egg into it. That's why I haven't gotten rid of it. We have Lord of the Rings Motion Picture Collection on Blu-ray, extended editions. We have the Hound guarding the Game of Thrones complete collection right there. We also have a little Pan's Labyrinth little Funko Pop holding onto In Bruges from Second Sight. Then we have the complete James Bond 50 year decade box set, which has the first 23 films in it. Then we have the Agnes Varda, complete films of Agnes Varda from Criterion. We have Predator guarding the Ingmar Bergman cinema box set. We have the Zatoichi box set right here. Essential Fellini hiding in the back. We have the 100 Years of Olympic Films right in front. We have another Predator right here and guarding Godzilla, the Showa era. And then we have a little Pan from Pan's Labyrinth. And then behind that is the Before Midnight, Before Sunset, and Before Sunrise posters. And so yeah, that's the top shelf that I have right there, and we have Black Phillip hiding in the front. Moving on to the shelf, we have the Criterion box sets, and it'll get eventually into some other films. You'll probably find my setup a little wonky, but it looks kind of nice in the background. But I know where things are. So anyway, Y Tu Mama Tambien, we have Picnic at Hanging Rock, My Own Private Idaho, Dr. Strangelove, Slacker, King of the Hill, Breathless, Investigation of a Citizen Above Suspicion, Seven Samurai, which was my first Criterion, Persona, Repo Man, the Apu Trilogy, the War Trilogy, Night of the Living Dead, The Tree of Life, Sex, Lies, and Videotape, Tess, Blue Velvet, the Three Colors Trilogy by Krzysztof Kieslowski, Red River, Mishima, A Life of Four Chapters, Godzilla, we have Jackie Chan, Police Story 1 and 2, Do the Right Thing, the Three Fantastic Journeys by Carol Zeman, Sweet Smell of Success, Lone Wolf and Cub, Silence of the Lambs, Andre Gregory and Wallace Shawn 3 Films Collection. We have Martin Scorsese's World Cinema Project Volume 1 and 2. We have Decalogue, Il Superpasso, On the Waterfront, Showa, The New World. We have Babette's Feast, Vampire. We have the Coker Trilogy, The Magnificent Ambersons, The Great Beauty, It's a Mad, 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 Mad World, Andrei Rublev, Parasite. And so now we're actually to my indicator box sets. We have Hammer, Volume 1, Fear Warning, Volume 2, Criminal Intent, Volume 3, Blood and Terror, Volume 4, Faces of Fear, Volume 5, Death and Deceit. We have the William Castle Volume 1, William Castle at Columbia Volume 1 and 2. We also have the Wonderful Worlds of Ray Harryhausen Volume 1. We have John Ford at Columbia. We have Sam Fuller at Columbia. We have the Bloody Terror box set. We have the Fu Manchu cycle, and we have the Columbia Noir box set number 1. And so now we're actually moving on to the individual titles. We have Seven Voyages of Sinbad, The Golden Voyage of Sinbad, Sinbad and the Eye of the Tiger, Night of the Demon, and Mystery Island on indicator. And then we also have the Legacy, the limited edition. Now we're moving on to my Eureka films. We have Sunrise, we have Faust, The Old Dark House, Dear Golem. We have Bela Lugosi triple feature right here, Murs in the Rue Morgue, The Black Cat, and The Raven. Operation Petticoat. We have Fritz Lang's The Testament of Dr. Mabuse, Onibaba, Taboo, Serpico, Intolerance, The Offense, Man with a Movie Camera, The Morning Forest, Lubitsch and Berlin, A Thousand Eyes of Dr. Mabuse, A Foreign Affair, and finally Five Graves to Cairo. And so now you'll be like, okay, why do we have more Criterions here? These are the Criterion box sets that I have not seen, and so this is in its own little area. But I haven't seen Berlin Alexander Platz, the Qatsi trilogy, the Three Silent Classics by Joseph von Sternberg, A Hard Day's Night. I've seen most of this film. All About Eve, Roma, which I have seen but I want to rewatch. Sancho the Bailiff, The Grand Budapest Hotel. Once again, I've seen this one, and same with Marriage Story. I've seen them both, but I want to see them again. We have the BRD trilogy, and we have Eric Rohmer's Six Moral Tales on Blu-ray. All right, moving on to this shelf. These are also Criterions that I have not seen yet. And so these are, I think, in the spine number order, but I'm not going to go through the spines. But we have Walkabout, we have The Naked Kiss, Shock Corridor, Good Morning, Sisters, Black Narcissus, Haxan. I've seen most of Haxan, like 99%, but I want to rewatch it. Ivan's Childhood, Short Cuts, A Night to Remember, George Washington, Solaris, The Life and Death of Colonel Blimp, Come and See, The Prince of Tides, Until the End of the World, Holiday, Failsafe, Being There, War of the Worlds, Taste of Cherry, Dance Girl Dance, Charade, Only Angels Have Wings, Anatomy of a Murder, and A Face in the Crowd. And then we have The Spirit of the Beehive, which is actually a DVD, and that is the the link between the films that I haven't seen yet and to the Criterions that I have seen. So going from here to the films that I have seen, I have them kind of color-coded. If you see a mistake, well, it's just because these are really hard to color code, but whatever. This is how I have them when it comes to my presentation of how I see them on the shelf. But anyway, let's go into the films. Barry Lyndon, Repulsion. We have His Girl Friday, Wild Strawberries, Harakiri, Akira Kurosawa's Dreams. We have Tokyo Story, Late Spring, Lahain, The Cameraman, Lola Montez, Close Up, Tootsie, Ministry of Fear, The Blob, Playtime, Badlands, Three Outlaw Samurai, The Complete Lady Snowblood, Blue is the Warmest Color, Portrait of a Lady on Fire, Hidden Fortress, Being John Malkovich, Night of the Demon, Night of the Hunter, I don't know why I said that, Rushmore, The Great Escape, Blowout, Life Aquatic of Steve Zissou, Children of Paradise. Then we have Stagecoach, Bicycle Thieves, The Gold Rush, The Darjeeling Limited, Tempopo, The Circus, Detour, 12 Angry Men, Lost in America, House, Harold and Maude, Jubal, Yojimbo and Sanjuro, The Sword of Doom, Eyes Without a Face, In the Mood for Love, Midnight Cowboy, Gilda, Bottle Rocket, The Great Dictator, Diabolique, The Lady Eve, Ghost World, Hoop Dreams, In the Heat of the Night, Throne of Blood, A Brighter Summer Day, The Last Temptation of Christ, Rashomon, Don't Look Now, The Last Emperor, Ace in the Hole, McCabe and Mrs. Miller, Age of Innocence, and Chronos. Next we have The Uninvited, Notorious, The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, Personal Shopper, Cold War, Kuroneko, Island of Lost Souls, Rebecca, The Red Shoes, Koiden, Paths of Glory, The Ice Storm, Boyhood, Some Like It Hot, The Gunfighter, Thin Red Line, The Innocents, Beauty and the Beast, Seventh Seal, Blood Simple, Ikaru, The Killing, In a Lonely Place, Modern Times, 8.5, Corner Blows, and Hiroshima Mon Amour. We have Following, City Lights, M, Lachine, Kagamusha, Carnival of Souls, A Man Escaped, Safety Last, The Kid, Frances Ha, Monsieur Verdot, The Virgin Spring, The Passion of Joan of Arc, The Leopard, The In-Laws, Black Girl, High and Low, Inside Llewyn Davis, It Happened One Night, Scorsese Shorts, Breakfast Club, Rosemary's Baby, Bull Durham, My Man Godfrey, Night Train to Munich, 4 Months, 3 Weeks, and 2 Days, Destry Rides Again, Phantom of the Opera, Vanishing, I Married a Witch, Pale Flower, we have The Squid and the Whale, we have Pan's Labyrinth, The Devil's Backbone, Punch Drunk Love, Nashville, Ghost Dog, The Rules of the Game, Rafifi, They Live by Night, Wings of Desire, Watership Down, and Paris, Texas. All right, so next in the collection are some films from different boutique Blu-ray labels, and some of them are like a one-of, right? So like from Flickr Alley, I have The Hunchback of Notre Dame. From the Paramount Pictures Presents, I have Roman Holiday. From Synapse, I only have Suspiria. From Olive Films, I have Coffee, High Noon, and Monster Squad. And then from Third Window Films, I have One Cut of the Dead. And now we're on to my Scream Factories. So my Scream Factories are The Autopsy of Jane Doe, The Babadook, The Big Trouble in Little China, The Blob, Candyman, Cobra, Cockneys vs. Zombies, Dracula, Escape from New York, The Exorcist 3, The Howling, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, Mad Max, Manhunter, Nosferatu, The Vampire, Pumpkinhead, Session 9, Sleepaway Camp, They Live, The Thing, and Creepshow. Here I have some Shout Selects. I have Plague Dogs and When Harry Met Sally, and then I have another one with the producers right here from Shout Factory. And then we have two from Severin right here, Count Dracula and Horror Express. Then I have some Studio Canal films, Ron, The Third Man, Total Recall, and The Wicker Man. Between that is just a Blu-ray case that's kind of dividing it. Now I have my Warner Archive films that I've seen. I have 42nd Street, Cabaret, The Hidden, The Hunger, Out of the Past, Picture of Dorian Gray, Showdown in Little Tokyo, The Thing from Another World, The Thin Man, Village of the Damned, While the City Sleeps, The World According to Garp, The Big Sleep, Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, Dark Passage, Fearless, I Confess, Key Largo, Suspicion, and To Have or Have Not. Now I have one Twilight Time film that I've seen, Don't Bother to Knock. Then we have some Arrow videos, some from Arrow Academy that I've seen. Cinema Paradiso, this is the new 4K. Gosford Park and A Man with a Thousand Faces. And now we have some Arrow videos that I've seen, that I own. The Bird with a Crystal Plumage, Blood and Black Lace, Deep Red, Fish Called Wanda, Lords of Chaos, RoboCop, and The Stuff. And then from here, this is some Arrow Academy films that I haven't seen and some Arrow videos that I haven't seen. Bloody Spear at Mount Fuji. I have Family Values, the Koreeda trilogy. Inferno, The Major and the Minor, the Mohsin Makhmalbaf Poetic trilogy. I have the Taisho trilogy. The Third Murder, Waking Life, Season of the Witch, the Bloodthirsty trilogy. I've seen the first film in this collection. The Cat of Nine Tails and Audition, and then finally the American Horror Project Volume 1. From here we have some Kino Lorbers that I've seen. And so we have Black Sunday, The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, The General in Three Ages. We have A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night, The Last Laugh, Metropolis, Nosferatu, Seven Beauties. We have The Phantom of the Opera, Barton Fink, Black Sabbath, Brick, Broken Arrow, In Search of Dracula, Intermezzo, Judgment at Nuremberg, Lifeboat, The Long Goodbye, On the Beach, Run Silent, Run Deep, The Spiral Staircase, Supernatural, Thieves Like Us, Under Capricorn, The Wanderers. And now we're on to some more Criterions that I have not seen yet. There's actually quite a few more, and we'll get to some more Warner Archives that I haven't seen. But we start with The Fugitive Kind, 3:10 to Yuma, The Big Chill, Limelight, In Cold Blood, The American Friend. We have The Immigrants in the New Land, and the New Land, not in. Phoenix, Clouds of Sils Maria, 45 Years, Canoa, Rumblefish, L'Argent, Stalker, Election, West Front 1918, 24 Frames, War and Peace, Clute, Local Hero, Rosetta, Heaven's Gate, Cat People, Thief, Like Someone in Love, Umberto D, Yi Yi, Double Life of Veronique. We have The Exterminating Angel. We have Jean Dillman. We have Gomorrah, Revanche, Everlasting Moments, Red Desert, Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence, Still Walking, Topsy-Turvy, Secret Sunshine, Certified Copy, and Le Havre. From here, we have some Warner Archive that I have not seen yet. We have Hudsucker Proxy, Innocent Blood, Jeremiah Johnson, Joe versus the Volcano, Meet Me in St. Louis, The Midnight at the Garden of Good and Evil. We have In the Mystery of the Wax Museum, Performance, Running on Empty, Scarecrow, Sergeant York, 7 Days in May, The Stalking Moon, Time After Time, Underwater, Wait Until Dark, Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, and The Wrong Man. From here we have some miscellaneous stuff. So one from Olive Films, a couple from Shout Select, and also Scream Factory as well. So we have The Pawnbroker. We have Bill and Ted's Most Excellent Double Feature. I've seen both these films, it's just been so long. Farewell, My Lovely, and The Big Sleep. Someone to Watch Over Me, The Boxer, Brewster's Millions, Starman, John Carpenter's Vampires, House on Haunted Hill, and this was a gift for Christmas, the Vincent Price Collection, Volume 1. All right, so now we're on to our steelbooks, and I know the steelbooks probably look much better when they're pulled out, but I'm just going to go through them real quick. Dracula, Frankenstein, The Mummy, The Invisible Man, Bride of Frankenstein, The Wolfman, Creature from Black Lagoon. These are all the Alex Ross art, so they do look really wonderful. Yeah, that's kind of full. But then we have Alien Covenant, Batman Begins, Beauty and the Beast is the Disney remake, The Big Lebowski, Blade of the Immortal, Casino Royale, Children of Men, Christine, Clueless, Coco, The Dark Knight, Dracula Untold, Drive, Fargo, The Fifth Element, The Fly, Get Out, Gladiator, Godfather Part 1 and 2, Goodfellas, Hellboy, Hitman's Bodyguard, Inception. And from here we have It, Jurassic Park, Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2, King Kong, The Lady and the Tramp, On Her Majesty's Secret Service, Predator, A Quiet Place, Reservoir Dogs, The Revenant, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, Snatch, Space Jam, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Split, Star Trek Into Darkness, Star Wars The Last Jedi, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Top Gun, Tucker and Dale vs. Evil, V for Vendetta, Watchmen, Whiplash, The Witch, Wolf of Wall Street, Zoolander, and then a Pokemon trilogy. Now we're on to the digipacks, box sets, trilogies, etc. The things that are a little odd on the shelf, so they're all together. But we start with 300 right here. We have Alien, the 35th Anniversary Blu-ray Edition, All Quiet on the Western Front, Amadeus, Back to the Future Trilogy. We have Blade Runner, this is the 30th Anniversary Collection, Bonnie and Clyde, Christopher Robin, Empire of the Sun, Fast and the Furious 8 film collection. This is a crazy, crazy collection of films. Anyway, Ghostbusters 1 and 2, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, Gone Girl, The Greatest Showman. We have the Hannibal Lecter trilogy. This is with Red Dragon, Silence of the Lambs, and why am I blanking right now on Hannibal? We also have Harry Potter, the 8 film collection. We have the Hobbit trilogy, the extended, all 3 of those. Next we're on to the Indiana Jones Complete Adventures. That's the first 4 films. Karate Kid 1 and 2, King Kong, that's from the 33 King Kong, Labyrinth, Mel Brooks collection, Mr. Deed Goes to Town, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, Pirates of the Caribbean, first 4 films, Planet of the Apes, the Legacy collection. We have Rocky, the first 6 films, Rush Hour trilogy, The Social Network, the first 6 Star Wars. We have Star Wars Episode 7, Streetcar Named Desire, Taxi Driver, The Terminator, The Usual Suspects, the first X-Men trilogy, and then we are on to my 4Ks. Now we're on to my 4K. These are my steelbooks all the way up to Shape of Water. So Baby Driver, Blade Runner 2049, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, The Invisible Man, this is a remake, Jumanji, and Shape of Water. And then I have some normal 4Ks that I have, Alien, this is the 40th anniversary on 4K, Arrival, Interstellar, Pan's Labyrinth, Philadelphia, Shadow, The Shining, Solo, A Star Wars Story, and The Witch. So now we're on to my Vinegar Syndrome stuff that I own that I actually just got finally. But Incubus, Night Train to Terror, I have Sudden Fury and the Forgotten Jolly collection, Volume 1, and this is some miscellaneous stuff. Daughters of Darkness, this is from Blue Underground. Tex Avery, Volume 2 collection. Cats, I know, these are really weird stuff. Black Christmas was a Christmas gift. Nightmare on Elm Street collection. We also have The Stranger, Dial M for Murder, and now we're on to some Kinos that I have not seen before. This is Buster Keaton Go West and Battling Butler. We have The Saphead, Les Vampires, The Covered Wagon, Dr. Mabuse the Gambler, Kill Baby Kill, Old Ironsides, Peter Pan, The Sacrifice, The Ape, Coming Home, Compulsion, Joan of Arc, Take the Money and Run, The Paradigm Case, River's Edge, The Woman in the Window, another Flicker Alley film, Nanook of the North. Then we are on to some Twilight Time films. I have Birth of a Nation, Eye of the Needle, Inferno, and Zelig. And then we have some Coen films in The Liberator, The Insult, The Beautiful Troublemaker, Thief of Baghdad, and Howard's End. And last and certainly not least, I have my Hammer films that I'm going through this upcoming year, but we're going to go through this quickly. This is the ones that I own. This is my list that I'm picking up. The Quartermass Experiment, The Abominable Snowman, Horror of Dracula, The Man Who Could Cheat Death, The Mummy, 10 Seconds to Hell, Kiss of the Vampire, Dracula Prince of Darkness, The Plague of the Zombies, Rasputin the Monk, 1 Million Years BC, Frankenstein Created Woman, Quartermass in the Pit, The Devil Rides Out, Dracula Has Risen from the Grave, Taste the Blood of Dracula, Scars of Dracula, The Vampire Lovers, Dr. Jekyll and Sister Hyde, Blood of the Mummy's Tomb, Dracula 1972, The Satanic Rites of Dracula, Captain Kronos. We have Frankenstein and the Monster from Hell. We have The Legend of the Seven Golden Vampires, To the Devil a Daughter, and the 8-film Hammer Horror Collection. And so that's what I'm going to be doing today. So I want to say big shout out and thank you for everybody who stuck around and watched this film collection. I want to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm a little out of breath. Give it a like, comment down below, share this video. Happy New Year, and I'll see you next time. I'm not jonesing around.